Thank you. Thank you, everybody. What an honor it is to be here. And Mercedes and Matt, thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for the values that you hold dear and bring people together to let us all know that those are the values at the foundation of this great country and this great commonwealth. And I want to say to my friend, Pastor Jonathan, thank you for hosting today. I have sat right here many times and praised the Lord with everybody here in this great, great church. And so thank you. Thank you for all joining us. Listen, at the end of the day, we have one very important question to ask ourselves. Are we ready to win? That's the question. Are we ready to win? Because winning requires us to get the work done. And the work is really straightforward right now. We got to get out and vote. We have to get out and vote because elections have consequences. It's that simple. And the consequences have been dearly good and catastrophically bad when we're on the wrong side of winning. And that's what's at stake. You see, 4 years ago, we found ourselves at a similar crossroads. Which way are we going to go? Are we going to go towards the right, towards the light, towards a future that we can all feel confident about handing to our children and our grandchildren? Are we going to go to the left? Are we going to go to the wrong? Are we going to go to the dark side? A future that, again, embraces government control, embraces stealing your constitutional rights, embraces telling parents how to raise their children, embraces policies that put criminals in front of victims, embraces taking your money that belongs in your pocket and taxing it in an excessive way and then wasting it. That is the choice we have right now. And boy, could that choice be more clear. Because you see, over the course of the last 4 years, we have done extraordinary things together. And by the way, thank you for hiring me. Thank you for putting me in a position to serve. I could have never dreamed of how much we would get done, although we had great, great aspirations together. But we locked arms, and even in the face of a legislator that was doing everything that they could to stop us, we have set records, we have led, and we have demonstrated that common sense conservative policies don't just win, but they work for Virginians. When we started together, Virginia was bottom third in the nation in job growth. Coming out of the pandemic, they had not even seen growth back to pre-pandemic levels. And in the last 4 years together, we have seen record job growth, $143 billion of investment from businesses committed to Virginia, 277,000 more jobs, over 200,000 jobs ready to be filled. And that $143 billion is another 85,000 jobs and 40,000 construction jobs. Virginia's got jobs, and we are unleashing opportunity. That moment where those magic words of "you are hired" are issued, those magic words that mean I respect you, there's dignity in work, come work for us. And with those jobs, they unleash futures for families and for our young people that they could never have imagined 4 years ago. We've watched Virginia step forward and say, if you are a criminal, if you break the law, we are going to arrest you and you will do the time. That's what's happening. 4 years ago, we were at a 20-year high in murder rate. And the tremendous leadership from our great Attorney General, Jason Miyares, the tremendous leadership from our sheriffs and our law enforcement heroes. We have stood together and said, no, we back the blue in Virginia. That's what we do. And we saw a 33% decline in murders in 1 year by putting more cops on the street and arresting the bad guys. My friends, we knew that parents are in charge of their children. Nobody signs up to co-parent with the government. Nobody. Nobody. And the left, liberal progressives believe they know better than you. And we said, no, not in Virginia. Not in Virginia. We said, first of all, if there is illicit sexual material in your child's curriculum, you decide to get it out and replace it with materials that meet your family values. And when there are biological boys in the bathroom with biological girls, we are going to stand strong and make sure that doesn't happen. My executive order puts an end to it. Puts an end to it. I see these parents here. These parents who love their children, who care about the safety, the privacy, and the dignity of your children. And yet, Abigail Spanberger says you're confused. You are not confused. You are right. You see the light. You understand the difference between good and evil. My friends, our children deserve all of our efforts to protect them every single day. The Commonwealth of Virginia has come so far, and we can't let it go back. We cannot let it go back, and that's why we need to have leaders like Winsome Earl Sears be our next governor. We need John Reed to stand as our next lieutenant governor. And we have to rehire the best attorney general in America, Jason Miyares. And let me tell you, we can take back our House. Right now, every single House of Delegates seat is back in play because Virginians are waking up and saying, wait a minute, I believe in jobs. I believe in a growing economy. I believe in opportunity, not in taking away right to work and forcing every Virginian to join a union. Virginians are waking up saying, I believe that we need to make sure that parents are at the head of the table and not pushed out of their children's lives like the Democrats want to do. Virginians are waking up and saying, I believe that criminals should be prosecuted and put away, not let loose to do crime over and over and over again. Virginians are waking up and saying, no, I believe it's my money, not government's money, and we can get more of it back to you. You see, this works. More jobs, safe communities, great education, parents in charge of their children's lives, and guess what happens? You run surplus after surplus after surplus. $10 billion in surplus revenue in the last 4 years. It's allowed us to have record investment in education and law enforcement to make sure they get paid, to make sure the government runs efficiently, but also we have had $9 billion in tax relief back to you because it is your money. It's your money. And yet those surpluses allow us to do things that the Senate Democrats in Washington won't do, and that's to take care of the least of these. Virginians who require food assistance under the SNAP programs. And Senate Democrats in Washington, they want to hold these people hostage. They said it. They said it. We know there'll be pain and suffering, but we have leverage. My friends, can you imagine what it means to see into someone's heart who believes that poor people who need food assistance are leverage? And last week, that's why I declared a state of emergency. That's last week why I stood up and said, we cannot let this happen. Because Virginia has been so successfully financially, we are going to step in where Senate Democrats won't, and we are going to make sure that 850,000 Virginians that need food assistance get it. Get it. Get it. What a statement from Senate Democrats. They want to hold people hostage, leverage human beings. My friends, that's what's in their heart. Hearts that don't want to help people who need food assistance. Hearts that want to make sure that boys are in girls' locker rooms. Hearts that want to make sure that jobs don't come, they leave. Hearts that want to make sure that criminals get preference over victims. Hearts that I can't believe Virginians really want leading this great commonwealth. That's why we got to get the work done. The work happens now. We have 10 days left. 10 days left to make a statement. 10 days left to get the vote out. We did it in 2021. We came together in the last few weeks of that election and on election day, and we made a statement that was heard around the world. You hired the best attorney general in America in Jason Miyares. You hired the best lieutenant governor in America, who will be the 75th governor in the Commonwealth of Virginia, Winsome Earl Sears. And you hired an outside businessman who brought all of you with me into office to serve together, to work together, to build a commonwealth that has truly become the leader that we know she must be. This great Commonwealth of Virginia has led from the founding of this nation. This great Commonwealth has stood for morality when we needed to. This great Commonwealth believes that America's best days are tomorrow and not yesterday. This great Commonwealth understands that we must step forward, not backwards. I have to say, every time I walk out of my office at home, where I have quiet time in the morning and I start praying to the Lord, I ask him for help. Psalm 121 is where I go. I lift my eyes up to the hills? Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, maker of heaven and earth. My friends, that's where we start. That's where we start. And then I walked down into a home that was, in fact, paid for by a bill signed by Monroe. I walk down the front steps and I see a Capitol designed by Thomas Jefferson. It sits in the shadow of a fabulous statue of George Washington, and I take a right and I go work in the Patrick Henry building. And I'm reminded that we all stand on the shoulders of giants who understood that freedom and liberty is the basic component of this nation. The basic component. And if we have government that wants to take away your vote, if we have government like the state Democrats are trying to do right now, which is to redistrict Virginia, to take away your vote. 5 years ago, we had a statewide constitutional amendment that was approved at the ballot to create a nonpartisan redistricting commission. So your voice would be represented fairly. And now state Democrats want to usurp your vote. That's what they want to do. It is a desperate grab for power. A desperate grab for power that reflects not only their view that this election is getting away from them and they're trying to distract everybody from the truth. The truth is that they have candidates that should not be elected. They have an attorney general candidate in Jay Jones who literally is not only unqualified, he is disqualified by what he has said. Can you imagine a candidate for attorney general who said he wanted to put 2 bullets in the head of a political rival, see his children die in their mother's arms, and by the way, a few cops have to die as well? My friends, this person doesn't belong on any ballot. And in fact, it's arguable this person belongs behind bars. They have a lieutenant governor candidate who has put forth legislation to make surgeries to permanently alter your body a right of every Virginian. This person has put forth bills that want to make legal assisted suicide. This person has put forth bills that want to put parents out of the classroom and put bureaucrats, politicians in the classroom to teach your children what to think as opposed to the values that you teach them at home. She is not only unqualified, I think she is disqualified. And finally, Abigail Spanberger has demonstrated over and over and over again that her moral compass is spinning in directions that she has no idea what she believes nor why she believes it. Not only is she in the wrong side of every issue, she wants to force everybody to join a union and drive away business and destroy this great economy that we've built. She wants to move parents out of the classroom because she thinks you are confused. She thinks you don't know how to raise your own children, and therefore government should do it for you. Abigail Spanberger firmly believes that we should let people out of jail early and not keep them to their full sentence. It's the reason why law enforcement has turned on her. Because she couldn't stand up and say that Jay Jones is disqualified and therefore should not be running. Every law enforcement organization in the Commonwealth has said, he is not fit. Why can't you tell him to step down? That is an evacuation of their respect for Abigail Spanberger. My friends, when Abigail Spanberger can't answer a simple question from our great Lieutenant Governor, do you have nothing to say, Abigail? And the answer is no, she has nothing to say. You know that when she has something important to do, she won't do it. She won't do it. And just this week, she took $150,000 from the National Democrat Redistricting Committee, and the next day, they announced a plan to try to redistrict Virginia. That is pay for play in my book, and that speaks to the lack of character of Abigail Spanberger. My friends, we're at a crossroads. We're at a crossroads where this great Commonwealth is going to speak for the nation yet again, and we have a decision to make. Are we going to go towards the light and the right? Are we going towards the left and the dark? And I think Virginians know we want to go down the right path. We have to get this done. And therefore, I am encouraging everyone, get out and vote. Get out and vote. Stand strong for the Commonwealth of Virginia. Elect Jason Miyares, John Reed, and Winsome Earl Sears as our next governor. God bless you, and God bless the Commonwealth of Virginia.